Hello everybody, this is Stuart Jean here from Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California with another video lesson with Drum Magazine. In this lesson we're going to discuss shuffled or swung 16th notes. Shuffled or swung 16th notes are based on 16th note triplets, which are played 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. There's 6 16th notes to every beat. If we eliminate the second and fifth 16th note out of that grouping, we come up with 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. We can count them just like we count regular 16th notes, but with the swing to it. 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, a 4 EN, a 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, a 4 EN, a 1. Okay, so a lot of grooves have that. Halftime Shuffle has that feel. Right? But if we're up, the tempo starts to push and it's a little faster and we have to get into two hands playing those and we're up in this area like... Okay, a lot of my students have a hard time finding that nice little pocket of where the bounce of the 16th should land. Okay, so what I suggest is we go from playing straight 16th notes to swung 16th notes, toggling back and forth. We're going to find a common denominator there. All right, so if I play 2 bars straight, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2, swung. Straight, swung, what's constant is the 8th note on the right hand. Right, you can't tell if that's swung or straight. It's all up to the subdivision being provided by the left hand. So I would suggest putting my click on with 6 tuplets playing, some triplets playing, and you match them up. You could also play the shuffle pattern with one hand and then fill in those missing triplets just to find your center of where there should be. Then we have to convert it to right, left, right, left. You just want to focus, make sure that 8th note stays the same. I also think it helps if you play a little upbeat, Don't force that left hand, just let it kind of ride in there. Another thing to address when playing 2 hands on the hi-hat, whether it's swung or straight, is, normally when we're playing most grooves, we've got a fixed position where the right hand's playing the hi-hat, left hand's playing the snare drum, occasionally is moving, playing fills or doing some other things, but for the most part, they're in a fixed position. When we switch to playing 2 hands on the hi-hat, there's a couple red flags that pop up. One, your hand that doesn't play the backbeat as often is now playing the backbeat, the right hand. And it's traveling between 2 surfaces. So we have to be very mindful that we're really careful of, watch a guy like, check out Herman Matthews, plays with Tower Power, and a lot of other people. I watch him play, and it almost looks like his hand is going directly across and dropping straight down. He's not swiping at the drum. You know, he's really conscious about that. So check him out. You also want to make sure you have a consistent backbeat when you're playing with the right hand on the snare, because if you're playing another section of a song where you're up here on the ride and you're hitting the backbeat with the left hand, you're going to make sure it sounds the same. So yeah, so if we pick up the tempo a little bit and we can throw some accents in. And that's your swung 16th note groove. You also could play it, if you can play jazz ride cymbal pattern. We count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we turn that into a 16th note feel, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, so that's two different ways to attack the swung 16th note shuffle feel.